Hey people, Hannah here, Life Purpose Queen from Reality Awareness. Welcome. If this is one of your first times to my live streams or watching the replay, please let me know where you're from in the world. I would love to know where you are from. So I'm going to share about my tattoos. So all about them. Hey Sandra, say hi, let me know you're here. And I had a lot of people asking me about my tattoos from yesterday because I shared my new tattoo. So I just got called to do a live stream today and speak about what they mean to me. So let me share this. Niagara Falls in Canada, yum. Oh, that beautiful waterfall energy. Yum, 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 yum. Let me just share this and then I shall be present with it, just because I know I did share about my tattoos in another live stream, but it was the very end of a very long live stream. So I just doing this one specifically to share about my tattoos. And if you've got any questions about them at all, obviously let me know, but I will share them, share about them. So I'll just share this as well on my personal page. And I just gotta concentrate while I do this bit. Okay. All right, so about my tattoos. Hey Katrina, say hi when you join, guys. Say hi. Let me know you're here. Give me some love hearts if you're feeling good. Give me some thumbs up if you're like, felt better. Okay, so I don't know where to start with my tattoos. I'm actually gonna start with my back tattoo. I was just looking for a book actually. I don't know, did I put it back next to my bed? I must have. Okay, so I'm gonna start with my back tattoo. So, good morning, Katrina. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. I did post a photo of me sitting with my back tattoo not too long ago, but if you're new to my tribe or new to my following, probably haven't seen it. Okay, so I'm gonna try and show you guys. I don't know. So if I sit still, you might be able to see it. So it's like obviously the heart and then the wings. And if you can see down there, it's like it is a staff. And it's like two snakes intertwined, and then at the bottom is a crystal, right? So it is a staff, and you're feeling good. Yay! I love hearing that you're feeling good, Katrina. I wanted the heart on the top, and it does have the flower of life symbol in it. Hey, Cody. And it is, yeah, it's two snakes intertwined. So that symbol is specifically called the Hermes symbol, right? And Hermes is one of the, I don't know, ascended masters. Apparently he was one of the, I don't know if he's like a magician, but he was one of the spiritual teachers like eons ago, right? Hermes, that's his symbol. It's also the symbol of the healer. It's also the symbol that can be found on like ambulances, right? On the medical vans and stuff. Because it's the healer symbol, right? And it's kind of, I guess, why I wanted to start it. With my tattoos, it's not like I just like get a random tattoo. Like they've all got really quite deep meaning to me. So my back tattoo, it like that was the first one that I got. And all my tattoos are a lot bigger than what I wanted. It was like, I just want this little like Hermes symbol, like just on the back of my neck. And he's like drawn up, he's like, it's not gonna fit on the back of your neck. I'm like, okay. So it did like this bigger one, right, on the back there. And it's literally like the two snakes coming up. So one's black, one's white. And obviously it represents the masculine and feminine, like the Kundalini awakening. Now it comes from the heart and it goes down into the crystal. The kryptonite. The crystal represents the earth, yeah, but also the base chakra. And so like the masculine and feminine, like, you know how they say like the Kundalini awakens from the base, right? And it comes up through your body like the two snakes coming up the masculine feminine balance, right? I said the basculine. Hey Judy, say hi when you join live, guys. So that's what it represented for me, right? There's so much depth into that. Obviously the angel wings, that's a no-brainer. Hey Raymond. And then the heart on the top with the flower of life, like it's got the flower of life pattern. So obviously you guys know like my reality awareness logo is the heart with the flower of life symbol in it. So I guess it was similar to that, but the flower of life on there is the whole heart. It's not just a circle, right? And so the wings, so that's kind of like, it's the healer symbol. It also represents Archangel Raphael, who is the healer as well. And then, yeah, just obviously the staff, because I'm like a priestess. I have a staff as well. So that's about my back tattoo. That was the first one that I got. And I got that in must have been 15, I think. I got that one. And this one on my hand. Oh, no, oh my God, I got this one. This was my first one, and then I got that one. How did I forget this one? This is the first one. Obviously, it's the Om symbol, yeah? That one there is the Om symbol. It does look like 30, obviously. It's back to front for you guys because the camera's not turned around. And people are like, oh, it's 30. I'm like, and then people, it is tattoos. I'm just explaining, as a lot of people asking me after my post yesterday. So yes, that was the first one. And then I got that. How did I forget about that? So I got that. I did get that for I don't think I was 30. I think I was 31 when I got that. And then I got this not long after. And then I got this one, and I got this one in Bali. Now, people might have thinking I think I was in my own thoughts around, hey, I was in my own thoughts around like, oh, people say you shouldn't have a tattoo that's like facing you, right? Because if you actually look at it, this is really hard to show. Okay, turn around. It's a heart, right? How can I show this the best? It's a heart. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. Let me do this. There we go. It's a heart in a thing. I don't know if you can really see it because my hand's going all weird trying to show you. In there is a bear's face, and I don't know if you can see it because it's hard to show on the camera, right? There's a bear face in there. There's 2 ears there and there, and it looks like the heart is in a bear. Now, I did not get that done on purpose. I was like, I just want a little heart, and the guy's like, you can't just get a tiny little heart, right? And he tattooed us like, yeah, Hannah. So when I got this actually symbolized for me, I guess you could say, like, if you know my story a bit, when I started waking up out of my, I don't know if it was when I started waking up out of my codependency, it was more about in my 5-year relationship with my ex that ended at the end of last year. It was about 2 years into that relationship where I was like, that's when I started to wake up. I was like, oh, it's me. I'm like, I'm really negative. I'm like the bitch. I'm the judgmental one. Like, that was when I really started to wake up. Like, oh, I'm the one that needs to do work. Like, fuck, right? This tattoo, I probably got about 9 months later in Bali, and it represented for me to stay out of my head and in my heart. It was a reminder of me, like, because it's always there. It was a reminder of me to stay in my heart, for me to feel instead of judge, for me to, stay in my heart, basically. Hey, Jess, and there's other people here too. Say hi when you join live. You got an Om too, and they say the same thing too. I know, it was like when I get to this one, people are like, but it's a 2 upside down. Like, it's a 2. Oh, it's a 2. No, this is actually this way. And I'm like, oh, that's not what it means to me. But hey, that's like a 30, right? You say the same. I didn't see that comment. So that's that one. But when he, like, and I don't look at my tattoos when they're doing it because I'm just like trying to deal with the pain. I'm like, let's do it. Like, and I looked at this one and I was like, oh my God, there's a bear. Like, it was so clear to me. And, you guys know I love animals. I love working with the liquid crystals, and bear is turquoise. So I'm looking at my chart. My chart's just there. I had to double check it was right. Bear is turquoise, and turquoise is spirit of the earth, right? And that was really symbolic for me because when I first had my spiritual awakening in 2005, and then I was at the Doreen Virtue, or it was actually the Angel Intuitive 3-day seminar in 2007. They got us to do, I think Stephen Farmer was there actually. Ouch. Stephen Farmer was there, and he got us to do the spirit guide meditation. And mine was the polar bear. And polar bear's been there ever since. Now, this is bear, and I feel like it's actually more of like the the bears in Canada, and like with turquoise being bear, it was really significant for me. I'm like, well, there's a bear in there. There's a bear in there. And a chair as well. Oh, do you guys know that overseas? You don't. I'm like in Australia and singing play school. I'm sorry. Do you guys know that overseas? Like I'm just singing like the kids play school thing in Australia. I don't know if everyone's going to get that because that's an Australian thing, but I don't know if you guys have play school overseas, right? There's a bear in there. Turquoise. I'm going to read a little bit of turquoise. Today you have been blessed by the presence of Spirit of the Earth. The presence of turquoise in your life is a sign that your true Earth connection has been compromised. The most common word to use to describe your state is ungrounded. Signs of this vary. At the physical, it may be digestive and dizziness. At the emotional, a lack of true expression or just void feeling. At the mental, it appears as confusion and a lack of focus. While at the spiritual, we seem lost and without purpose. So it was like, oh my God, you know, and that's why I got that. And it was like reminding me to be in my heart. Get out of your head, Hannah, and get in your heart. Don't think, feel. Don't like listen, trust, right? Trust your heart. I was like, okay, got the reminder, right? It says turquoise has come to reunite the selves and get all of the parts of you communicating with each other again. Now, when we look at that, just kind of like stemming off from the live stream yesterday, it's like what I was talking about, like the throat, right? To unite all the separate parts of self, reunite this. Turquoise has come to reunite the selves and get all the parts of you communicating with each other again. Like if you look at that live stream, if you didn't watch that live stream yesterday about let's talk about the taboo stuff, it's like it was all about shadow work, and it's exactly what that is. To get out of our head and into our heart, we must do the work. And that was when I started waking up out of my codependency, out of my, you know, like I was like being a bitch in a relationship. I was being the violent one. Do you know what I mean? It was like, holy shit, like, and then I realized every single relationship, I'm like, I was the one doing all that, and I'm like, oh my God, right? So getting that, and then bear appearing in there, I'm like, okay, got it, right? It was really significant. And then it says here, like, life is about to be back on track again. Get close to nature. I was pretty much surfing most of the time back then. I learned to surf. I spent a lot of time in the water, I guess. I was definitely in nature. Getting close to nature in the coming weeks will help, but all of turquoise work stems from perfected communication. The voice is your real tool of change. Use it and use it wisely. Like, this is what I do, right? It says, the holistic flair turquoise adds to the voice may leave you with both feet in your mouth if you don't listen to your heart and wag the flag of truth. Like, if that isn't my purpose, I'm like, hello. When a cat purrs, its love is felt. When a bird sings, its wisdom is heard. And when a snake strikes, its power is seen. Such is the spirit of the earth. Know it lives within you. I'm like, okay. I was like, there's a bear in there, right? I'm like, okay. And that was like, I already wanted the heart. I wanted the heart there to remind me to keep me in my heart and out of my head. And then there's bear turns up. And I'm like, okay, I didn't ask for that. But it was like, it's the first thing I saw. I'm like, there's a bear in there. And he's like, oh. And I'm like, no, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. Like, it was good, right? Okay. Hey, Jessica. Okay, so let me know if you've got any questions about my tattoos. What next? I'm going to talk about these next because they were the ones I just got next recently. So in my Trust Intuition course, I think it was back in, I don't know, maybe March or April? February, March. One of my students asked me, they're like, what is the tribe tattoo, Hannah? I'm like, what? And I was like, I don't know, a tribe tattoo, like, you know, for the Trust Intuition tribe. I'm like, I'm not sure. And I just kind of left it, you know, and then it was, I don't know, it was about a month or so later in my workflow as I am, I'm just like whacking away, and then all this stuff comes through and I was like, oh, there's the tribe tattoo. And I drew it straight away. And it's actually like trust your intuition, so TYI. And it's actually like the T, the Y, and the I, but they're like all connected, right? So the letters, the first letters, T, Y, I, on top of each other, but the top of the T is curved around, right? So the T, the top of the T, wow, where's my finger? The top of the T is curved around, so it's usually T, the Y, and then obviously the bottom bit is the I, right? Trust intuition. I was like, here's the tribe tattoo, guys. And so I wrote it on piece of paper, I took a photo and put it in the group, and I think it was, well, it was kind of after that. I don't know when that was. April? Maybe, I can't remember when it was when I got that message. And then I'm like, cool, gonna get that tattoo. And then, like, so what are we, April? So it was about May, June, July, August, right? They're pretty big months, right? If you, following me, or like, would you agree, like the past, like, kind of like May, June, July, almost like big, like, well, the eclipse seasons happen, like, it's been a big few months, right? A lot of people have been going through a lot of stuff, shedding a lot of stuff. We've had the eclipse season, plus we've had, like, what, 20 planets retrograde or something like that, because, like, it's been big, right? And I wish that I took notice of it, but I got an animal in this book, and I, like, for myself personally, and I remember reading it, and it said something about you're about to go through an initiation process, but it's not something that you can't get through or whatever, like you're protected or whatever. And I'm like, not long ago, I'm like, what animal was that? I'm like, which one did it say? Like, I didn't pay attention to the actual animal, it was just the message. And then I looked, you know, because that was about end of July, and I'm like, oh my God, this is the initiation I was got told I was going through, right? And so in between me getting this tattoo, so I got this, goodness, was it June or July? Must have been beginning of July, I think. I can't actually remember now. I think it was about May, April, May. I think it was about May in my meditation. I feel really nervous saying this bit. Hey Heidi, I am live. I feel really nervous saying this. Okay, in one of my morning meditations, so like I did an inner child meditation, and actually like there's a fire in my inner child meditation, like in the place, and it's actually like a sacred fire. And like some people, like sometimes a shadow part will step out of the fire, sometimes a ascended master or someone will step out of the fire, and then they'll share a message with me. And this one morning, yay, thanks Heidi. This one morning, Isis actually stepped out, you know, the Egyptian goddess, right? And I was like, okay, and I'm just kind of sitting there like receiving all this information, and then she like you know, she had this symbol, and she like placed it into my third eye, and I was like, oh, okay, like what was that? And she's like, oh, it's a symbol of knowledge, and it's now yours. And I'm like, okay. And anyway, I came out of meditation, drew it down in my book. It's with all my notes, and yeah, and I didn't think too much of it, and then it was, you know, maybe a couple of weeks later, I'm like, it's time to get this tattoo. And so I organized to go to the tattoo shop, and I did, and you know, and this is what I mean, like my tattoos aren't really planned, they kind of come via intuition. Like I always kind of see them or feel them before I know kind of the depth of what they mean and whatever. And anyway, I always knew I was going to get this one, the Trust Intuition, there. And then, like, as soon as I kind of booked it, I was like, oh, and I want this one there. And then I'm like, oh, I want this one here. Now, this one, it represented, like, and it came after the time. So I don't know if I'm getting the dates wrong. I'd have to go back through the live streams and blogs and stuff to figure out the date. So it was when I did the live stream. It must have been about 3 months ago. And remember, if you watched, it was a live stream where I'm like, it's not linear anymore. So like, it was like a big energetic shift, and I was like, it's not linear. I'm getting the message, it's not linear. It was like, we moved from here in like levels and stages and like better than and less than, to like, it's just flat. Like it's like a spider web, right? It's like, there's like a web of consciousness, and it's not like we're up here and we're climbing levels. It's just like, we're all part of this web of consciousness of the web, right? That's pretty much what it is. And this for me represented the web. I was like, oh, and because it was just not long after I got did that live stream, and that message channeled through that I got these, right? And I'm like, oh, there it is, right? And so I got these on the actual eclipse, the first eclipse date. This is where I'm going to have to look back at the dates. It was June, July, I don't remember. It's somewhere around there, right? And I got them, and then I think it was like a Wednesday, and then the Sunday I saw Jade, one of my best friends, my soul sister, and liquid crystal practitioners, where I get my liquid crystals from. And I met her, and and the first thing she said to me, she's like, new tattoos, like my fingers. And I was like, yeah. And she said, they're new. And I said, yeah, like days old. And she's like, how many days? And I'm like, eclipse old. Like it was like a couple of days. I'm like, I didn't realize it was on the actual eclipse, like the portal's opening. And I'm like, anyway. And she's like, the first thing she said, she's like, oh, the triple goddess. And I'm like, what? I was like, oh my God, it is too. And I didn't even notice. I was just like, holy shit. I'm like, it is the triple goddess. Like, like the maiden, right? The maiden is open. Like, you know, like they say the maiden is like 14, right? So when we come into our own, we open up, like, you know, we're open to receiving, to finding who we are. We let it in, right? That's the openness there, right? The maiden. The mother. Well, that's pretty obvious, right? With a pregnant belly, right? Holding the womb. Yeah, it's the mother. And then this one, the crone, coming full circle, like the old woman. I was like, holy shit. I was like, I did not plan that. I was just like, okay, there's like a method to my madness, right? I'm like, okay, then okay. Maiden, mother, crone. Yeah, I'm like, okay. And then I downloaded the Triple Goddess meditation, which, you know, I keep saying is going to be released. My tribe have already got it. There's one of my clients have gone through it. And it's funny, right? Because I said to my tattoo artist, Keith Nash, by the way, he's on my Facebook profile. You can go and find him. He's awesome. And I said, when I went and got these, I was actually going to get my back drawn up. But I said to him, I was like, oh, I'll just get these little tattoos and I'll get my back drawn up at the same time. And then, like, after this message kind of came through to get all three of them, I'm like, okay, cool. And then I saw this snake on my arm. And I was like this serpent. And I was like, what did you say? Yeah. I saw the serpent and I was like, I said to him, like, oh, well, I just want to get a little snake as well, like, when I'm there. He's like, oh, yeah, we should be right to do that. Another little one, right? And then I said, like, when I started looking, like, at photos, like, I was like, oh, I better have a look what I'm going to get, sort of thing, just an idea of what it's going to look like. I knew I wanted it wrapped around. It does wrap right around 3 times, by the way. And obviously when I got there and I said to him, I'm like, it's not a little tattoo, is it? And he's like, no. It's just like, all my tattoos are supposed to be little, like the only ones, I guess the little like that. So anyway, he obviously had to go back and do this one, and obviously finished it just before my birthday yesterday, or it was on last week that we finished it. So anyway, the point is Triple Goddess, and then I downloaded the Triple Goddess meditation, which again, I'd have to look at the actual timeline. So what are we now, September? I think it was like July, August, and then before I got this done, because this is only just in the past couple of weeks, I downloaded the Triple Goddess meditation. It's very powerful, feminine healing from generational, you know, like karmic feminine balance, right? And then the Triune God meditation came through. I was like, there's a masculine counterpart to this. And that's when the Triune God meditation came through. So there's the divine balance, right? It is the masculine and the feminine. And so the masculine is the stag, the father, and the sage. And when I'm about to release it, so again, my tribe and my clients have already gone through the Triune God and the Triple Goddess meditation. I am about to release the training for it, so you'll be able to purchase the Triune God and the Triple Goddess meditation together, which, you know, there's separate training videos, like, you know, I go through. If you've got any of my trainings, even the free ones, you'll see that I explain everything on video, because I want you to do it. Like, it's like, I want you to do it properly. I'm like, no, I want you to get the most healing out of it. So I give you the training videos in there as well, so that you know, understand it, you know, get a whole depth, right? So that'll be released soon. But the point is, around my tattoos, I was like, I downloaded the Triple Goddess meditation, the Triune God meditation came through, and then this came through. Now people are like, why did you get a snake on your arm when you're like a light worker? And I'm like, I don't know. No, it's like, for me, a light worker, I feel like they're all just labels, and like ultimately what this represents is the masculine counterpart of the Triple Goddess. Now, again, I guess maybe I did know after that, because Jade's like, the Triple Goddess, and I'm like, oh my God, it is too. I'm like, holy, like, it was mind-blowing for myself, right? With this, it's the 3, right? This represents the masculine for me personally. It might not for others, that's fine. Yeah, they're very powerful for sure. So this 3 here is like the stag, the father, and the sage, right? It's the 3 again. Now in the King Arthurian times, like Camelot, The male, like the men warriors wore the serpent 3 times wrapped around the arms. It was actually the blue serpent. Now I almost got it blue. And it's weird, right? Because I was like, I knew I was getting these, and then I'm like, I just want a snake. Like I saw it. Like as soon as I was getting these, I was like, I see a snake. I need the serpent. I need it 3 times wrapped around my arm. And we're like, oh, it's not a little serpent, like little snake. It's like, no. But the point is, with that, it's like, I was like, oh, I don't know if I should get that, because it's like, that's what the men wore. I'm like, no, I want it. I'm like, it wasn't like, oh, I need this to balance this. It was just like, no, I just want it, right? So I did it. So that's pretty much what that represents, is, you know, that. But the other thing, obviously, there's kind of different factors with the snake. So last week, by the way, which was when the whole time I've been on lapis lazuli, liquid crystal, which the totem animal is the snake. And the snake represents the masculine, represents a third eye, like the lapis lazuli is third eye. It's also it cuts through to the truth. Like it's very cutting energy. It's very like you realize stuff, and it's like, whoa, wake up call, right? If you've been in my reality awareness support group, you will know that you have experienced the third eye power, which is a very cutting realization of truth energy. Now, this is also like its third eye, so it represents seeing the truth. I didn't ask for the tongue out, but it's out, and I was like, I actually wanted the tongue out. I'm so glad he did that. I didn't even ask for it. Just because it's like, it's always sensing. it always knows. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just there. And I guess there's more to that in itself from when I was a teenager, actually. But with this as well, it's like my other mentor that I see, Lois, she actually said something to me that this was her own thing around like the snake for her represented consciousness. And I was like, oh, right? And it's like that snake, and when we look at it, like like a snake from like simple here, it's all about transformation. It's all about like shedding the skins, right? It's all about shedding the skins of consciousness and shedding the layers. And so interesting that a day I was like, is there a wolf liquid crystal? I'm like, yeah, there is. There's it's silver in the liquid crystals, and silver is the lunar path, very connected to the moon. And you know, wolf also came to me when I first had my spiritual awakening. It's about shedding consciousness that's no longer serving you anymore, right? So wolf is characteristics and behaviors that no longer serve your spiritual purpose are being culled from your consciousness, which is interesting. And then so snake, let me see what snake is. Sorry, I'm just seeing all these animals. I'm like, am I supposed to read all these animals? I'm like, no, they're just coming through. Does the snake skin have any symbols incorporated? No, it's a diamond python. Over this, like, you know, we're talking about initiations and all of this, you know, as I said, with the eclipses and everything over these past few months. Hey, Ryan, when so yeah, like all the eclipses and the initiations and stuff like that. What did you say? So does it have any symbols? No. So I've been on liquid crystals for like the past 5 months, actually. It's been like, I'm like, how many, like, and it wasn't planned either. And like, you know, in the Lord of Time Trinity, I did 3 months in a row, like as how you're supposed to. Well, you're only supposed to take a month, but I was like, I feel called to do another month and another month. And I actually took diamond on one of the Trinities as well. And this is a diamond python. I've had a lot of diamond energy come into me. Like I've literally been getting like upgrades from Starbeams with diamonds. And like, it's just like, it's been like huge the past 6 months, which, by the way, I'm feeling really cold to say that on the 25th, 24th next week is our full moon, and I'm getting the message there's going to be some pretty strong energies around. There's something around like past lives, but it's also like finishing the eclipse season that we've just done. It's almost like there's another little kind of portal or finishing energy or something. So just to be mindful of that, we are leading up to the full moon coming up next week. So there is a lot of kind of finishing, finalizing energy. But yes, just diamond python. I did want actual diamonds in there, but yeah, I don't know, you can't really see detail and it's all kind of peeling at the moment, but it's a diamond python. But snake is, you're about to go through some significant personal changes, so intense and dramatic that an old self will metaphorically die as a new self emerges. I'm like, yes, it's all about transformation. And it's interesting. It says you're going to feel a surge of energy that will sharpen your senses, alert your mental faculties, and open up new channels of awareness. It's like, well, this is what I just spoke about with the consciousness, right? And so interesting, you're about to resolve a long-standing issue, one that has required a great deal of your attention by seeing things in a new light. So if you've been in my group as well, my free group, and in my Life Purpose Mentorship, there's been lots of star being energy coming through. And the crown chakra has been like significantly activated, brain stuff, people have been thirsty, not being able to drink enough water, sleeping. So I'm just looking for Python because it said also see Python, and this is a diamond Python. It was so interesting, right? It says you'll soon embark on an educational process where you'll be required to assimilate a lot of knowledge very quickly. If you didn't watch my live stream yesterday, please have a look at it. What is it? The taboo. Like, let's talk about the taboo, right? Because it's exactly that. With everything I spoke about on that live stream, this whole thing about where you'll be required to assimilate a lot of knowledge very quickly, it's like when we do shadow work and we do it consistently and we know the process and we do it all the time, it's like that's where we assimilate all the knowledge. That's where we shift quickly. That's where we elevate quickly. That's where we do everything quickly, like sort of like in a sense. But it's not just in the mind, it's embodying it, because it opens this channel and then it connects to our heart, and then it aligns us with our true purpose in the base so we can birth it, right? Coming down. One more thing, it says, you're going through a major transformative process, one that will result in the next evolution of who you are. I'm like, yep. And it's so interesting. You're about to shed something that has outgrown its usefulness and purpose. Yeah, it's very interesting, right? But yeah, for me, the snake represents, you know, the three, I guess, layers of consciousness in a sense. Same with the triple goddess, the triune god, the divine balance, that you can get both of those meditations and all the training videos to support your growth in consciousness about that whole entire thing will be released very, very soon. So yes, so thank you for joining me live to learn about my tattoos. I felt called to share about that today. I will be live streaming a lot more in the coming month, so keep an eye out, and I look forward to connecting with you then. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, please send me a private message. I do have my Goal Reacher program, which is open now. Thanks, Ryan. True divine queen here. Yes. Thank you. So my Goal Reacher program is a 3-month program with me. If you've wanted to work with me one-on-one, this is your in-depth opportunity. This goes for 3 months, obviously, so it's not, you want to go into the depths of all of this, like over 12 weeks with me. It's more than just WhatsApp voice message. There's distance healings in there. There's downloading and activating your blueprint for your life purpose. There's as well, like we do like fortnightly 1 hour to 1.5 hour calls via video call or audio call, depending on what is needed in the session. So they're very, very intuitive. But yeah, if you're really wanting to amplify your 2019 and really set the tone for your life purpose for the next 10 years, because we are moving into the age of Aquarius, this is the real potent time to be setting that tone. We've got another 18 months of the last 10-year cycle, so to clear out consciously, karmically, and to really get on tone and on life purpose and truly step into the healer that you are, into a business and doing it. Because like I said 3 years ago when I was teaching the chakra workshops and the integration one, I was like, if you ain't doing this stuff in 5 years time, you're gonna be behind the 8 ball. It's a bit like the technology. It's like, if you ain't keeping up with the technology, every time something's released, every time an update comes out, you're gonna get behind, right? The same with this spiritual stuff. I'm like, this is a time for the healers and the light workers to step into their life purpose role and really do what you're born to do, because in 10 years time, this stuff will be through the medical field as well. I guarantee it. I feel like it's going to move that fast, right? So let me pin this to the top. If you've got any questions about the Goal Reacher program, please send me a private message. Otherwise, I'll see you in there, and I shall see you very soon, more regularly as well. And I shall see you in my private group on Saturday. Remember to join me live in there. And yes, I got that strong feeling it's definitely the way the world is going, and very quickly I feel in the next 10 years for sure, especially with the light, you know, Aquarius being the light bringer. It's gonna be ramping up big time, babies. All right, thanks guys. Love you heaps. Thanks for listening about my tattoos. Bye.